Hello friends, today we are going to study what is scientific method and how this scientific method is used by scientists. So how scientists work we are going to study, okay? So while planning an investigation, scientific method is used. So what is scientific method? In short, scientific method is the organized ways by which scientists plan and conduct a study. They use some skills that are nothing but processing skills which help them to gather, organize, analyze, and present the information which they want. Okay, in this scientific method, they involves these steps like first step is observation and ask questions, second one is form a hypothesis, third one is plan and experiment, fourth is conduct and experiment, fifth one is draw conclusions and communicate the results. Okay, these are the things in scientific method. So let us take an example of Aravind, who is using this scientific method for experimenting to find an answer to his questions. Now, by using these steps, we will see. In the first step, observe and ask questions, we have to use our senses to make observation. And next thing, record any question which you like. Then third thing, write down what you already know about the topic and then decide what other information is needed. So next, do research to find more information about the related topic which you are taking. Okay, now let us see in case of Aravind. So he sees which soil works best for planting bean seeds. I need to find out more about the different types of soil. Now in step 2, we have to form an hypothesis. So for planning a hypothesis, write a possible answer or hypothesis to your question. A hypothesis is nothing but the answer which we get in mind. So write down in a complete sentence what your hypothesis is. Now Aravind thinks my hypothesis is that bean seeds sprouted best in potting soil. So this is his hypothesis. Then in the step 3, plan and experiment. So decide how to conduct a test of your hypothesis by controlling variables. Variables are nothing but factors that will affect your outcome of the investigation. Like, for example, water, light are fixed variables. Soil is the changing variable. So write down the steps which you have to follow in the test. Then list the equipment you need. Then decide how you will gather and record your data. So in this way you have to plan and experiment. Then if in case we see Aravind, I will put identical seeds in 3 different kinds of soil: sandy, clay, potting soils. In this way he thinks each flower pot will get the same amount of water and light. So I will be controlling the variables of water and light. So in this way Aravind thinks to get to a solution for his experiment. Then conduct the experiment is the fourth step. So after planning he have to conduct. So he have to follow the steps whichever he have written. Then observe and measure carefully. Then what you have observed and measured, you have to record it and organize it. So all the data which is organized help us to study it carefully. Okay, in case of Aravind, how he thinks to conduct the study is I will measure each plant every 3 days. So he is thinking to measure in 3 days. Then he is thinking to record the results in a table form. Okay. Then and to make a bar chart or graph. He is thinking in this way. Now he have done 3 experiments in 3 pots with different seeds. Okay, now next thing, the height of the plant is measured in different soils with his tabular form. Okay, now he measured and he kept it in the table. So in sandy soil 1.8 centimeters growth has happened, and clay soil 1.5, potting 1.8. So next step is draw conclusions and communicate two results. Okay, so while concluding, analyze the data you gathered, make charts, tables and graphs to show your data. Write a conclusion, describe the evidence you used to determine whether your test supported your hypothesis or not. Okay, then decide whether the hypothesis which you used is correct or incorrect. Okay, this will give some conclusion to you. And then if in case if we see about Aravind, he thinks my hypothesis is not correct. The seeds sprouted equally well in potting soils and sandy soils. They sprouted well in clay soil but with less growth. Okay, in this way he thinks. Now, if we see the diagram, he is recording everything regarding his conclusion. Okay, now in the next case, after all these experiments, we have to investigate further. If your hypothesis is correct, you may want to pose another question regarding the topic that you can test. And in the other case, if the hypothesis is incorrect, you may want to form an other hypothesis and test that with different variable. So, do you think Aravind's new hypothesis is correct? Then plan and conduct a test so that you can find in this way. Okay, with this it will help to go in a scientific manner and find out the results. In case of Aravind, he thinks I will test this new hypothesis like bean seeds sprout best in the combination of clay, sandy and potty soil. So he will try to conduct an experiment based on all these 3 soils with a mixture. Okay, thank you for watching the video. If you find it meaningful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can receive my latest